Hello, and welcome to British TV and Stuff. Today we are talking about playwrights, but specifically medieval playwrights.
Yep.
So, plays in medieval times were kind of like the movies of the time. People would go and watch them and stuff. But the directors of these medieval movies, if we're going to call them that, were called playwrights. And they would write this... They would write the scripts, and sometimes they would direct the plays, and sometimes they even acted in them.
True. Some of the people that you will probably think of is people like Shakespeare, who are actually not in the medieval times. They're actually in the Renaissance, but...
Yeah, which came directly after the medieval times.
And it wasn't until the Renaissance that the playwrights started to really kick off, and people really started to love them.
Yeah.
But in the medieval times, there weren't too many playwriters, and there just weren't too many plays in the medieval times.
Right.
The main entertainment were jesters and minstrels.
Right. Yeah, they weren't really focused on entertainment. Yeah. It was the Renaissance time that the arts started to really, kick off. Like, painters like Leonardo da Vinci came around and stuff. So, and you've probably read some of Shakespeare's books. I wouldn't recommend them because they're very confusing. I mean, I guess if you're going to perform a play, you could decipher it, but most of it's just like, is this even English?
I know, right?
I know. But...
Thee thou art.
Yep. Thee thou art tomato paste.
Thee thou art do what, Another fact about these playwriters is that most of them were actually religious.
Well... Yeah, most of the plays and stuff were more religious, and at first they were all held inside in, churches and stuff. But towards the end of the medieval times, they were performed more, outside, and they had more, comedy and practical jokes and stuff. Alright, so we found two playwrights from the medieval times that were probably the most interesting and wrote probably the most amount of plays, because the other two we found, one of them only wrote one play. I'm like, how are you even a playwright? I mean, what the heck?
What in the world?
Anyways,
one of the playwriters that we found that caught our eye was Hrotsvita. I think I'm saying
it's Hrotsvita.
Hrotsvita? Alright, Hrotsvita was considered the most remarkable woman of her time. She wrote 3 books and 6 plays.
What?
People are still debating whether or not the plays are, were performed in her lifetime or not.
Yeah. And the next one we have is Gil Vicente. Again, we don't know if we're pronouncing this right. But he was a Portuguese playwright and a poet who directed and also acted in some of his plays. Kind of like the director of Thor Ragnarok, who played one of my favorite characters in the movie, Korg. Yes, he was very nice. So Gil Vicente is considered the father of Portuguese drama, not Portuguese. Anyways. Portuguese. And he wrote at least 44 plays, which is quite impressive, and he also wrote all the music for his plays. So he was basically the director, an actor, and Hans Zimmer. We have decided to create a skit for you to show you what we think it would be like
to be a playwright.
Yeah, and to present your ideas to a king or something. Enjoy, and maybe you should grab some tea and crumpets on the way. Oh, Your Highness, thank you for allowing us to come. Now, you may be wondering why we are in this quite ridiculous attire, but it will all make sense in due time.
In due time.
We are playwrights of the highest order, and
we come from a place called Hollywood.
Hollywood, yes. Or Holy Land.
You have to say
Yes.
Alright.
And we have come to pitch our grandest ideas. My brother shall go first.
Why me?
Because.
Okay.
Go!
So, this is the best idea I've ever come up with in my life. So, it'd be about a pirate that would sail the sea, get on a ship that has cursed blood money,
And he go on wacky adventures and kind of walks a little drunk like this. He pulls out his sword and fights weird battles with weird fish people. Yarn. And he has a super sweet bandana and for some reason beads on his face for no particular reason. But anyways, it'd be the coolest pirate you'll ever see. And the main character is called Jack Falcon. No, not Jack Falcon. Ooh, better idea. Ooh, even better idea. His name be Jack Sparrow. That is my idea. He kind of, watch a little weird.
Right. But my next idea will be so epic, you'll pee your pants. So, we come across a young boy, and he loses his parents in a dirty alleyway from a evil bandit. And from this traumatic event, he decides to better himself to fight crime. And he ends up finding a ninja master who teaches him the art of ninja-ing, I guess. And instead of coming back to his hometown and becoming a ninja, he decides to dress like a bat to intimidate his foes. Like that. And his worst enemy is an evil jester. Named... I'll come back to you with the name. But isn't it epic?
This be our finest ideas. Let's hear what you have to say.
My only problem with the bat idea is that, first of all, no one's afraid of bats. And second of all, it's just sad.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be a vigilante, might as well be a knight or something.
No. He could be a dark knight.
Maybe a dog.
And jesters aren't scary.
No, they are not scary at all.
They're quite entertaining.
They are. They're fun, they're big and smiley, they're
Yeah.
so cheery to talk to.
Yeah, they're quite entertaining. And I have some problems with this pirate proposition. You see, pirates are a real problem. And it seems like you're trying to encourage people to be pirates.
And that is
When
not
pirates
looking good.
they like torture people and stuff. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense.
They commute mutinies on ships, and it's terrible.
It's quite
They
terrible.
destroy such beautiful ships.
Yes.
Use them for warfare.
Do you have any other ideas?
Any others at all?
Right, but we still got more ideas. Like,
Indeed.
I call this one the Lion King. Right, so we come upon this young lion, and he's kind of like a prince of, like, Africa or something. Except, like, he's a Lion King, which kind of, like, hints to the title. And his father died because his evil brother pushed him off a ledge. So he kind of, like, gets lost and ends up coming upon these two idiots. One of them's a fat pig, and the other one is like a ugly ferret thing. And they go on this weird adventure, and they kind of just be lazy for a while, and they sing something like this. I think I'm gonna go like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I love my mama. What a wonderful day. No, something like that. I'm still working on it. But they don't plan it out. They just kind of like come up with it like out of thin air. As with all the other songs. Because there's like, I think we're gonna put like 10 songs in there. Does that sound good? Alright. So, anywho, ends up like defeating his uncle or whatever. And he kind of like releases this huge belch on top of the rock.
So, my idea was this crazy Spanish guy who's a minstrel who is famous for a song. His most famous song is Remember Me. But anyways, he goes and he gets all of his songs sold by this evil guy called El Macho. I'm still working on the name. But anyways, he dies and goes to the land of the dead. And then his great-great-great-great-great-grandson later goes to the land of the dead for some reason. And then he goes to get his great-grandfather's blessing. And he learns how to do cool things like this. And he can play awesome, cool Mexican music like... Of course, I don't know what the words are will be. Will be something in Spanish. like Cinco de Mayo or something. And that is my idea for my other song.
Right. So, for this Coco idea, I've never been a fan of
The dead.
Spanish music, and it's just kind of sad, because you're talking about dead people and stuff. And, you
That
know,
seems a little too dark for
and we've
children.
had some wars with Spain before, so it kind of seems like we're kind of supporting them, you know?
We do not want that.
We don't like Spain.
Spain is a terrible place.
It's not terrible, it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. Anyways,
And
moving
their
on.
music is terrible too.
It's not that terrible, but still, I've never liked it.
It wasn't the best.
So, and next one, the Lion King, Lion Fling?
Lion King.
Lion King. Yeah, I've never seen a real lion, but I'm pretty sure they like attack people and stuff.
And another thing for that matter, I don't think they sing. How would you get a lion to sing?
And let alone if they did sing, like, you can't just come up with a song, like, out of thin air. I
And
mean,
plus,
I've
if you-
tried before with something like this. Tune bugs and applesauce and... Yeah, I don't know. It didn't go that well.
It didn't go that well for me either.
So, I'm just gonna have to pass on those two.
Yes.
Just try again. Come on.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you
you
must
got
have-
something.
You must have something.
Alright, we have 2 more ideas, okay? You all ready? Alright,
We are
So-
very ready.
so here's what we got. So, we have the story of a French rat. I'm a French rat and I can cook. Yes, and he's a very, very talented little rat who could cook like a pro, who deserves a Michelin star or something. That's right, give me a Michelin star, you fool! And anyways, so he finds this very weird human who is not very good at what he does. And he sits on his head and pulls his hair to teach him how to cook, because no one wants a rat cooking your food. I mean, do they even like take showers or anything? I didn't think so. Anyways, so, and then like they found out and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a rat. But they ended up starting a restaurant, and it's called Ratatouille, because that's his signature dish, Ratatouille. And he's a rat. And he's, yeah, Ratatouille.
The only good one I think we found was that rat one.
I'm not sure about the pulling of the hair.
Maybe we can say
Maybe he can, like, I don't know, like, have a telepathic connection or something.
maybe.
But other than that, it seems pretty solid.
Seems solid.
Yeah. Although, rats, they kind of, like, bring plagues and stuff.
They
so
brought the black plague.
maybe
That
it could
was
be a
not fun.
mouse, or a squirrel, or a
Or
ferret toolie.
ferret toolie sounds nice.
So, I think we might go with this rat one, but the other ones, we're just going to have to get rid of some. Come back later. Ooh, I just dropped my stuff.
We will pay you if you come back with a better idea.
Yes. Until next time. Now, toodaloo, pestilence names.
Get away.
Toodaloo, toodaloo.
I think my idea was better. It made a lot more sense.
Hey guys, we've had a blast making this video. We
Yep.
hope you enjoyed that skit we performed earlier.
Yeah.
And we have had a blast making this video as always. Like and subscribe our videos.
Yeah.
And this is our 6th video to the last video. We have 5 more?
I think we have 5 more after this.
And apparently we're going to try to finish that Teen Tiger movie thing that we showed you guys earlier.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know if we're gonna finish it.
We're going to try to at least.
And we're
stay
wearing
tuned.
the same shirts because we both went to Boone. That's right.
So, yeah. Hopefully, we'll still be making videos next year.
See you next time, laddie.
See ya. No, yes, no.
And Shaggy's freaking out.
You ruined it! Now we have to start all over again, you fluffy butt!